Methodist.org posted a blog on January 5th titled 7 Tips to Kickstart Your Bible Study Plan in 2021. Today, we will consider their great suggestions and think about how they bring encouragement for Bible study. Welcome to Presentation, Ponder, Practice. 7 tips for Bible study. Tip number 1, make a realistic plan. Only you know how long you have been reading, how strong you are as a reader, and how much time you have to use for reading. Make a realistic plan. It increases the potential for success. If you do not already have Bible reading or Bible study built into your schedule, check your schedule. Are you a morning person or a night owl? When are you most likely to have free time? Find a place where the proper focus and attention can be given to reading the Bible. Encourage success by making a plan that includes goals. If setting a goal to read the entire Bible this year is unrealistic to you, it will be difficult to see such a plan through. Choose instead to read the Old Testament or the New Testament throughout the year. Recognize accomplishments along the way. Take the New Testament, for example. There are several ways to subdivide the reading. When you complete reading one book of the New Testament, celebrate the victory in some small way. When you have read all of the Gospels, commend your efforts. Rejoice after reading the epistles to the churches or to the people. One of the best pieces of advice about reading the Bible is to read each book of it like you read any other book. Read as much as you have time for, mark your place, and pick up where you left off the next time you get to read. Build up to reading entire books in one sitting. If you have not been a daily Bible reader before, again, start small. Celebrate every accomplishment. Give yourself some credit for what you have done. Plan resets. That is, make the beginning of each week or month a starting point to get back on track. Tip number 2, be consistent. Make your plan, live by your plan. Commit to your plan. Hold yourself responsible and accountable for keeping your plan. Refuse to fall back on a backup plan or smudge the plan. Do not put off reading. If you get an opportunity to read early in the day, but put it off until lunch, yet run out of time at lunch, it will be easier to overlook it at bedtime. Set a plan and keep it. Be consistent. Tip number 3, avoid distractions. Think about 3 areas of distractions. Distractions before reading, distractions while reading, and distractions outside of reading. To read, you must choose to read. Many things take attention away from Bible reading so that we do not get around to reading. Avoid these distractions. While reading, write a note about the rabbits that you might want to chase later. Interesting words or phrases can easily lead us away from the reading for the designated time, and then we never finish the reading. Focus on the reading by noting anything to be studied further and get back to the reading quickly. You can chase those rabbits later. Distractions from outside of reading will come up because thoughts will be triggered that can distract us. Keep a notepad and writing instrument with your reading material. Jot down a note about the things that come to mind that need your attention. Then be sure to take care of those matters before your next time for reading. Tip number 4, write it down. Several parts of this have already been mentioned, but one remains. Write down the parts of your study that are important. Taking notes will show the connection between your thoughts and when and where you came to have those thoughts, and give you something to look back at for the study, not just the distractions. Tip number 5, give yourself grace. Several tendencies hinder our efforts. One tendency is trying to do too much or not having a realistic plan. Another tendency is to force ourselves to make up everything that has been missed while also working on a new day's activities. The problem with this tendency is that it makes us do extra work without giving any extra time, which leads us to burnout and will cause us to stop trying if we get too far behind. Give yourself some grace. See if it helps you complete a plan. Tip number 6, start fresh each month. Remember to reset. Whether you do this every week or every month, reset by reevaluating your plan, refocus your time and energy, recommit to the plan that you have made, and then carry on. Celebrate every accomplishment until Bible study becomes a solidified habit in your life. The Methodist blog I spoke of earlier shares 2 thoughts on this very matter. It says, "It is never too late to begin developing stronger and more consistent study habits. You will never regret taking the time to regroup, adjust your plan, and start again each month. You cannot finish without starting. Once you start, you have to keep going. If you ever stop, you have to start again. Don't wait until the start of another month or another week. Start again every time you stop, but use each month as a fresh start." Tip number 7, pray. Pray without ceasing. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 17. Pray each and every step of the way. Pray about the realistic plan you have devised for yourself for the reading. Pray about your consistency. Pray for help to avoid distractions. Pray over the notes you take. Pray about the grace that you need to give yourself. Pray about restarts, fresh starts, and what is needed to finish the reading plan. Pray for growth in your prayer life and in your relationship with God. May God bless you for reading His message.